Welcome, my friend. You did not arrive here by accident. Perhaps something within you, a question, a quiet restlessness, or maybe just a feeling guided you to this moment. Let us honor that inner calling. Today, I want to share something simple, yet profound. It has to do with the last digit of your birth year. Yes, just a single number, but as you will see, it carries the quiet echo of your soul's rhythm, the whisper of your life's spiritual tone. Now, before you raise an eyebrow or smile with skepticism, let me assure you this is not superstition. This is reflection. This is philosophy. This is about decoding your inner nature, understanding your cycles, and aligning with your purpose. Let's walk this path together. He closes his eyes for a brief moment and opens them slowly, as if returning from deep contemplation. There are 10 digits, 0 through 9. Each holds energy not just numerically, but symbolically. The ancient Buddhist texts often speak of cycles: life, death, rebirth, and everything in between. And these cycles reflect patterns that repeat within us, just as the seasons repeat upon the earth. Now, listen carefully. The last digit of your birth year reveals what you were born to learn, to master, and to teach in this life. Let's begin with 0. If your birth year ends in a 0, you are what we call the circle. Your energy is about completion, unity, and returning to the origin. Your soul seeks wholeness, often striving to heal broken patterns in families, in communities, and in yourself. You feel deeply sometimes, too deeply, and wonder why others seem unaffected by what shakes you to your core. That's because your spirit came here to restore balance. But be careful not to carry what isn't yours. Remember, you are the bridge, not the burden. I once met a woman born in 1990. She had this tendency to solve everyone's problems before her own. She thought it was kindness, but in truth, it was avoidance. Only when she paused to heal herself did she become the true healer she was meant to be. Those born with the final digit 1 are pioneers, the path makers, the ones who don't wait for permission to create. But this often comes with loneliness. You are not meant to follow, your soul came to lead, but not with ego, rather with purpose. A monk I studied with in my early years, born in 1981, used to say, "I walk ahead not because I am better, but because I want to clear the thorns before others arrive." That's your gift, to see the future shape before others do. But don't let your independence become isolation. Let others walk beside you. Leadership does not mean walking alone, it means lifting others up as you rise. 2. If your year ends in a 2, your soul is rooted in relationships and sensitivity. You are the peacemaker, the harmonizer, the unseen glue that binds people, and yet, your struggle lies in boundaries. You give so much, often forgetting yourself. The Buddha once said, "You yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection." Let that be your mantra. I once met a young man, born in 1992, who was everyone's favorite listener, but no one ever asked how he felt. He was a beautiful mirror for others, but he had forgotten to look at his own reflection. So I ask you, when was the last time you truly sat with your own emotions, not to fix them, but simply to hold them like a parent holding a crying child? That is your journey to embrace both others and yourself. 3. If you were born in a year ending in 3, you are the storyteller, the soul who turns ordinary days into poetry. Your mind dances like a flame, full of curiosity, creativity, and movement. But beware, your greatest gift is also your greatest trap: distraction. You see everything, feel everything, dream everything, but without grounding, your ideas fly like birds with no nest. The great Zen master Dogen once wrote, "To study the self is to forget the self." For you, the self is a story being constantly rewritten, but you must find your central theme, your soul's narrative. Not all stories must be told. Some are simply meant to be lived. Now let's breathe, shall we? Monk pauses, invites the viewer to breathe deeply 3 times. The wind chime sounds softly in the background, for the final digit carries the energy of foundation, discipline, and structure. If this is your number, you are the builder in a world obsessed with speed. You are the slow, steady hand crafting something timeless. You are not here for noise. You are here for roots. But sometimes, this makes you doubt your worth, because the world often praises the loudest voice, not the strongest foundation. A fellow monk, born in 1984, once told me, "I used to envy the monks who could speak so beautifully. Then I realized someone has to build the temple, not just preach in it." That is your wisdom, quiet but essential. Your legacy may not be seen today, but it will last generations. Do not rush. The bamboo grows slowly, and yet it becomes the tallest in the forest. Now, my dear friend, we will continue in the next page with digits 5 through 9, and as we go deeper, we'll uncover more layers of meaning that connect not just to your birth year, but to your inner path. But before we pause, I invite you to reflect. What is the last digit of your birth year? What lesson might your soul have chosen even before you were born? Breathe, be still, and listen. The monk closes his eyes again, hands resting in a gentle mudra. Have you ever wondered what the final digit of your birth year reveals about your life's journey? In this deeply introspective video, a Buddhist monk shares ancient wisdom and personal stories to decode the spiritual significance of the last number in your birth year. More than just numerology, this is a lesson in mindfulness, destiny, and soul purpose. Sit back, breathe deeply, and let this conversation guide you to self-reflection, inner peace, and a clearer sense of direction. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Comment below, what's the last digit of your birth year and what truth did you discover today? The last digit of your birth year, the journey continues. Digits 5 to 9, welcome back. My dear companion, if you're still here, it means your spirit is seeking something real, something beyond the noise of the world. Thank you for walking with me. In our last conversation, we explored the meanings behind the digits 0 to 4. We spoke of unity, leadership, connection, creativity, and discipline. And now, we move deeper into the second half of the circle. Each of these numbers holds a key not just to who you are, but who you are becoming. So let us continue. 5. If your birth year ends in 5, you are the seeker. You carry the energy of freedom, transformation, and exploration. Your soul is never still. It longs to experience, to taste, to question, to move. But there is a challenge here: restlessness. Your path is full of excitement. Yes, but also temptation to run when things become uncomfortable. I remember a young novice in our monastery, born in 1995. He couldn't sit still for more than 5 minutes. He thought meditation was a cage, until one day, an old monk said to him, "You think silence is your prison, but it's actually your passport." That moment changed him, because for those born with the energy of 5, the true journey is inward. You don't need more places, you need more presence. Your spirit learns by doing, but it evolves by sitting still with what it has done. So I ask you, can you be still long enough to hear your own wisdom? 6. Now, those born with the final digit 6 are the nurturers. You came into this world with a heart wide open, ready to care, to support, to love. Your soul thrives when others are safe, when homes are harmonious, when peace fills the air. But the danger for you, my friend, is self-neglect. You give and give and give until there is nothing left for yourself. There was a caretaker at a village temple I once visited, born in 1986. She was beloved by all, constantly serving tea, helping the elderly, comforting the grieving, but inside, she was exhausted, lonely, unseen. One day I asked her, who serves tea to the one who serves? She began to cry, not from sadness but from relief, because someone finally saw her. So if your soul is a 6, remember this: compassion must include yourself. It's not selfish. To rest, it's sacred. Your lesson is to give without losing yourself, and to receive without guilt. 7. A soul born under the digit 7 walks the path of inner knowing. This is the number of the mystic, the analyst, the spiritual seeker. You often feel different, don't you? Even as a child, you sensed things others couldn't explain. You questioned the rules, the beliefs, the surface level answers. Your gift is insight, but your shadow is isolation. I knew a monk born in 1977. He spoke rarely, but when he did, the room would fall silent because truth rolled off his tongue like thunder. He wasn't loud, he was deep, and depth doesn't require volume, but he struggled to connect. He thought others wouldn't understand him, so he stayed silent for years. Until one day, the abbot said, "Your silence is wise, but your voice is needed." And that was his awakening. If your soul is 7, do not hide your truth. Your mind is a temple. Open the doors, let others in, let your wisdom breathe. 8. If your birth year ends in 8, you are the architect of power, the builder of empires, the soul who came to master both the material and the spiritual realms. Money, influence, leadership, these come easily to you, but not by accident. Your soul remembers lifetimes of leadership, and this life is about balance. But remember this: power without purpose leads to destruction, and success without soul feels empty. I met a businessman born in 1988. He had built a fortune, but lost himself along the way. He came to our monastery not for religion, but for peace. He said, "I have everything except myself," and in silence he found it. Not by giving it all away, but by learning how to use his strength to serve something greater. So if you carry the 8, ask yourself, what is your empire for? Who are you becoming as you build? Because true power is gentle, and real wealth is measured by the peace it brings. 9. And now we arrive at the final digit 9. This is the number of the old soul. If your year ends in 9, your spirit has walked many roads. You are the teacher, the healer, the one who often carries wisdom without knowing where it comes from. You feel things others do not, and sometimes that weight is heavy. I remember a teenage boy born in 1999. He wept during a morning meditation. When I asked why, he said, "I don't know, it just feels like I've lived this all before." That's the essence of 9 completion. Your soul came not just to learn, but to guide others. But guiding does not always mean teaching. Sometimes It means being, listening, holding space. Your challenge is to let go of the past, of other people's pain, of the belief that you must fix everything. You are not here to carry the world. You are here to walk through it with grace, compassion, and quiet strength. So there you have it, 0 through 9. Each number is not a label, but a lens, a mirror, reflecting your soul's unique energy. They do not define you, they remind you. You are not your number, but your number whispers of your purpose. And when you listen, life begins to align. I invite you now to sit quietly and reflect. What did your number reveal? What did it confirm? And what did it challenge? This is not the end, merely the continuation of your awakening. Because here, we'll explore something even deeper, how your birth year's last digit aligns with the 5 Buddhist elements: earth, water, fire, air, and ether, and what that reveals about your soul's spiritual environment. Yes, even the elements speak your name. Have you ever wondered what the final digit of your birth year reveals about your life's journey? In this deeply introspective video, a Buddhist monk shares ancient wisdom and personal stories to decode the spiritual significance of the last number in your birth year. More than just numerology, this is a lesson in mindfulness, destiny, and soul purpose. Sit back, breathe deeply, and let this conversation guide you to self-reflection, inner peace, and a clearer sense of direction. Don't forget to subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Comment below, what's the last digit of your birth year and what truth did you discover today? The 5 elements and the spirit of your number. Welcome again, my friend. You've traveled far already, not through miles, but through meaning. And now we move deeper into the quiet space beneath the number, into the elements of existence. In Buddhist philosophy, the 5 elements, earth, water, fire, air, and ether, form the very foundation of all life, not just as physical substances, but as energetic forces flowing through your body, your emotions, and your path. What many do not realize is this: the final digit of your birth year doesn't only hint at your life traits, it also harmonizes with one of these 5 elements. When you begin to see how your number and element flow together, you begin to understand how your soul dances with the universe. So, allow me to guide you through the elemental mirror of your final digits 0 and 5. Earth. If your birth year ends in 0 or 5, your spiritual alignment begins with earth. Earth is grounding, stable, reliable. It is the mountain that holds its shape even in the storm. People with this elemental tie are naturally dependable, practical, and nurturing. You may feel a deep sense of responsibility to your family, your work, or your community. You seek stability and peace. But with this gift also comes a weight. One monk, born in 1990, once said to me, "I am the strong one for everyone. But who is strong for me?" He had become so solid for others, he forgot he was allowed to soften. So, if you are earth, remember, even mountains crumble if they are never allowed to rest. Let go. Root deeply, but do not bury yourself beneath expectations. Your power lies in your presence. Stay grounded, but let life move around you. Digits 1 and 6. Water. If your last digit is 1 or 6, your essence flows with water. Water is emotion, adaptability, wisdom, healing. You move between worlds effortlessly. One moment calm, the next a storm. One moment silent, the next overflowing. Water souls are deep feelers. You can walk into a room and sense what no one is saying. You cry easily, not from weakness, but from connection. There was a nun born in 1981. She spent her youth hiding her emotions, thinking them to be flaws. But when she embraced her tears as sacred, she began to heal others simply by existing. If you are water, I ask you, are you flowing or flooding? Channel your emotions into creation, into compassion, into calm. Do not let the world freeze your heart. Your gift is empathy, and that is holy. Digits 2 and 7. Fire. If your birth year ends in 2 or 7, your core element is fire. Fire is energy, passion, transformation. You were born with a flame inside that never fully dies. Fire people are here to ignite change in themselves and others. But if left unchecked, fire can burn everything it touches. I remember a young monk born in 1992. He was quick to argue, to question, to break apart tradition. He struggled until a teacher said to him, "Use your flame not to destroy, but to light the path." And so he did. He became a speaker, a guide, a visionary. If you are fire, do not fear your intensity, but temper it with patience. Your passion is not a curse, it is your compass. Burn with purpose. Shine with love. Transform with kindness. Digits 3 and 8. Air. A birth year ending in 3 or 8 aligns you with air. Air is movement, thought, communication, clarity. Those with this element often live in the mind, always thinking, analyzing, creating ideas. You are often seen as the communicator, the planner, the observer, but there's a challenge too. Air can become scattered, lost in overthinking. You may struggle to land in the present moment. A man born In 1983 once told me, "My mind never stops, it's like I'm always flying, never landing," I told him. Even the wind rests in the stillness of dawn. If you are air, breathe, come back to the body. Come back to now. Use your voice for truth. Use your mind for peace. Your thoughts are like the breeze when directed gently. They carry seeds of wisdom to every corner of the earth. Digits 4 and 9, ether, space, or spirit. And finally, if your birth year ends in 4 or 9, you are aligned with the rarest element, ether, also called spirit or space. Ether is not something you can touch. It is the field within which all things exist. It is silence, intuition, connection to the divine. Souls tied to ether often feel detached not because they are cold, but because they are tuned to something beyond this world. There was a silent monk. Born in 1999, he barely spoke. Yet when he looked at you, it felt like he saw through your soul. That is ether. Your challenge is not to explain yourself, but to anchor yourself. To remember that even a soul made of starlight must still tend to the earth. Your presence is your gift. You remind us of the vastness between breaths, the sacred stillness within. If you are ether, you are not lost. You are simply learning to walk between realms. So now, you know not only your number, but your elemental spirit. Can you see it now? The story of your soul, the force behind your emotions, your choices, your calling. You are not random. You are rhythm. You are resonance. You are remembrance. And now, you carry the wisdom of the numbers and the elements within you, but we are not done. Here we will uncover the hidden lessons of karma. Karma means the universal law of cause and effect. Your actions determine your future outcomes. Karma related to your final digit and how it may be connected to unfinished spiritual tasks. From previous lifetimes, these karmic blueprints, once seen, help you understand why your life has unfolded as it has and what steps to take next for peace and fulfillment. Let us go there together. Take a breath, close your eyes, feel the truth of your element. Have you ever wondered what the final digit of your birth year reveals about your life's journey? In this deeply introspective video, a Buddhist monk shares ancient wisdom and personal stories to decode the spiritual significance of the last number in your birth year. More than just numerology, this is a lesson in mindfulness, destiny, and soul purpose. Sit back, breathe deeply, and let this conversation guide you to self-reflection, inner peace, and a clearer sense of direction. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Comment below, what's the last digit of your birth year and what truth did you discover today? Awakening the Dharma path hidden within your number. Dharma path means living in harmony with truth, purpose, and cosmic law to reach spiritual growth. Welcome back, dear one. You've traveled through time with me, not in years, but in understanding. You've walked through numbers, through elements, through karma. Now, we reach the most sacred turning, the Dharma path. Dharma is not a duty forced upon you by others. It is not a title or a task or a trophy. Dharma is your unique truth, the rhythm your soul follows when it is in alignment with the universe. And believe it or not, that final digit of your birth year, it whispers clues about your Dharma path, your divine calling. But here is where many seekers get confused. They think Dharma is something grand, something loud, but often it is soft, subtle, whispering through your passions, your struggles, your quiet joys. Let me share with you what I've learned across decades of silence, walking, and listening. Digit 0, the Dharma of wholeness. If your birth year ends in 0, your Dharma is to restore harmony. You are here to connect things, people, and ideas. You are a bridge between generations, between traditions, between wounds and healing. I once met a woman born in 1970. She was a school teacher who always felt small in the grand scheme of the world. But when one of her students grew up and became a monk, he told me, she made me feel like I mattered, and that saved me. She didn't change the world, she changed a soul. And that is Dharma. Digit 1, the Dharma of initiation. If you were born in a year ending with 1, your calling is to begin, to take the first step, even when it's lonely. You are the trailblazer. Many with this number face a life of solitude in their early years. It is not punishment, it is preparation. Because to lead others, you must first lead yourself. But beware, don't let pride make you rigid. The best leaders are also eternal students. Digit 2, the Dharma of balance. Born with a final digit of 2, you are the harmonizer, the one whose presence brings peace, whether through art, relationships, or simple presence. Your Dharma is to heal division, to help others find their way back to each other and to themselves. This path requires sensitivity, and that means you will feel pain deeply. But those who feel deeply also love deeply, and love is the highest Dharma of all. Digit 3, the Dharma of joy. If your year ends in 3, your soul came to awaken joy. You are the laughter in the temple, the song in the silence. You bring light, not because your life is perfect, but because you choose joy despite pain. I knew a monk born in 1983. He turned every chore into a dance. He laughed with his whole body, but when his mother passed, he sat in meditation for 3 days. On the 4th, he whispered, "Even grief is part of the music." That is your dharma, to teach the world that joy and sorrow can coexist, to be the sun that rises, no matter the storm. Digit 4, the dharma of structure of 4, you are the builder. Your soul craves order, stability, progress. You are here to build lasting things, homes, ideas, communities, legacies. But your challenge is rigidity sometimes. Your quest for perfection can become a prison. So remember, the strongest structures bend, not break. Let your dharma be flexible. Build, but build with love. Digit 5, the dharma of freedom. If your digit is 5, your soul is a traveler. Not always of places but of possibilities. You are here to explore, expand, experiment. Your dharma is not a straight path, but a spiral. You gather wisdom from everywhere. A monk once told me, the man who walks in a circle still reaches the center. That was his lesson to his student, born in 2005, who thought he was lost because he couldn't settle, but his dharma wasn't to settle, it was to discover. Digit 6, the dharma of service. A6 carries the sacred task of caregiving. You may be drawn to helping others, perhaps even to your own exhaustion. Please remember, service is not sacrifice. True dharma uplifts both giver and receiver. Your dharma is fulfilled when you serve from fullness, not depletion. So care for yourself, too. Your heart is a holy temple. Keep it open but protected. Digit 7, the dharma of wisdom. If your digit is 7, you came here to understand. To question, to seek, to study, whether through science, philosophy, or silence. But your gift of intellect can isolate you if it's not balanced by heart. There was a sage born in 1977 who told me, all my knowledge meant nothing until I learned how to cry. Your dharma is not to accumulate wisdom but to embody it, to live it, to walk it, and to share it with love. Digit 8, the dharma of power. And 8 is a soul of strength. You were born to lead, to transform, to impact. But power, when disconnected from compassion, becomes poison. Your dharma is to learn that true power is not control but alignment, not dominance but presence. Use your strength to protect, not overpower. Your voice to uplift, not silence. You are a mountain, but don't forget, the mountain bows to the sky. Digit 9, the dharma of completion. And if your year ends in 9, your soul is in its final chapters. You've likely lived many lifetimes before. You are here not to start, but to complete. To forgive, to release, to serve without ego, to walk your last miles with grace. Many monks are born in 9 years because their dharma is not to chase success but to become still enough to remember the soul. You are the closing note in a beautiful song. Let it echo with love. And now you see it. You've never been random. You were designed. From the digit to the element to the karma to the dharma. You carry within you a blueprint written by time itself, and you are not behind. You are not broken. You are simply unfolding. So I leave you, for now, with this final thought. Your number does not define you, but it can remind you of what you came here to remember, that life is not just to be lived. It is to be understood, cherished, and shared. In the next and final part of our journey, we will tie everything together: your number, your element, your karma, and your dharma into a powerful reflection on how to live this life fully awake. Let me show you how to carry this wisdom into your daily breath, your relationships, and your inner peace. Until then, sit with this. You are sacred. Have you ever wondered what the final digit of your birth year reveals about your life's journey? In this deeply introspective video, a Buddhist monk shares ancient wisdom and personal stories to decode the spiritual significance of the last number in your birth year. More than just numerology, this is a lesson in mindfulness, destiny, and soul purpose. Sit back, breathe deeply, and let this conversation guide you to self-reflection, inner peace, and a clearer sense of direction. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Comment below, what's the last digit of your birth year and what truth did you discover today? The sacred circle, living what you have remembered. And now, dear one, we have arrived. Not at the end but at the sacred beginning hidden within the end. You've listened, breathed, and walked through the elements, karma, dharma, and digits. But none of this wisdom matters unless you let it change you. You see, the purpose of understanding is not to know more, but to become more. To walk a little slower, to speak a little softer, to listen a little deeper, to live a little wiser. Each digit we explored, each story I shared, they were not lessons from me, they were reminders to you, because you already know. Yes, you do. The soul always remembers. It's contracted, just gets quiet under the noise of the world. Let me ask you now, how will you live, knowing you were born with a number etched into the blueprint of time? How will you speak, knowing your voice carries the resonance of your dharma? How will you forgive, knowing your karma is not punishment but a polishing stone? And how will you love, knowing love is the only thing you're allowed to take with you when this life ends? There was a young seeker who once came to my monastery. He asked me, "What's the secret to peace?" I told him, "Sweep the floor like it's the last time you'll ever clean it. Drink your tea like it's the first time you've ever tasted warmth, and love people like you've already said goodbye." He didn't understand it then. But 10 years later, he returned with tears in his eyes and silence in his heart. He said, "Now I live like everything is sacred, even silence, even pain, even waiting." This, dear one, is how you live the meaning of your number, not by reciting it, but by embodying it. You are the living sutra. You are not a mistake. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are a verse in a poem written by the universe. When you walk with awareness, you become the sermon, the sutra, the scripture itself. People won't need to read books to find wisdom. They'll find it in your eyes, in your patience, in your choices. And if I may offer one last piece of monk's advice, let go often. Let go of who you thought you were. Let go of what the world told you success looks like. Let go of timelines, comparisons, and guilt. And then hold on to what matters: a kind word, a quiet walk, a warm meal, a shared laugh, a moment of stillness before sleep. These are the jewels of your soul's journey. Don't trade them for noise. A final breath together. Let's breathe together now, shall we? Breathe in awareness. Breathe out expectation. Breathe in purpose. Breathe out comparison. Breathe in your sacred number. Breathe out all that you are not. Now place your hand on your heart. Feel that. That is now. That is life. And it is yours. Thank you for sitting with me, for listening, for remembering. I may never see your face, but I have felt your soul walk with mine through this journey, and in that, we are already one. Now go and live what you have remembered. Let your number not be a curiosity but a call to consciousness. Let your days be filled not with urgency but with presence. You are here for a reason. And the world has waited a long time for someone just like you. If this journey touched your heart, share it with someone you love. Subscribe for more peaceful wisdom. And may you walk your path with open eyes and a gentle soul. Comment below, what digit ends your birth year and what part of this journey will you carry into your life starting today? Until we meet again, may peace be your companion. May love be your truth, and may your dharma unfold with grace. Peace.